In today's video, I'm going to discuss the possible potential buff of sukuna domain expansion with chants and hand signs. Note, there could be future information that comes out that states it's not possible, or that sukuna can't perform chants and hand signs to amp his domain sure hit due to some weird conditions, aka this video doesn't age well. Yes, I know what you're thinking. If people could amp their sure hit, why haven't we seen anybody do it? Well, you're going to be convinced in today's video. I am going to list out some reasons as to why most people shouldn't be able to chant or use hand signs to amp domain sure hit. 1. The first reason why a person wouldn't be able to chant while in domain to amp their sure hit is because if they want to constantly amp their domain, they would need to be able to chant constantly to match your domain's duration without having heart and lung problems, which no one can do except true body sukuna. 2. While in such a small space, the user can be attacked, which would prevent them from using hand signs or even chanting because they would be engaged in hand-to-hand if a person can cancel out their sure hit or domain. Plus, nobody can fight while using chants except true form sukuna. 3. Also seems like not everyone knows the hand signs or chants for their curse technique. With these simply reasons, you can see why chants and hand signs are impractical for inside domain battles or for fight period unless you're true form sukuna. You can see something similar with Gojo versus Sukuna, where Gojo is only able to effectively use chants and hand signs when no one attacking him, or if there's enough distance between him and his opponents so that he has time to chant. Some people might say chants and hand signs wouldn't amp the domain sure hit, but I disagree. Domain sure hit is just your curse technique imbued into a barrier, and then the barrier deploys your curse technique throughout the domain. This literally means your sure hit is your curse technique surrounding everything, and if chants can amp curse technique, it literally means they should be able to amp your sure hit. Even if you say the domain cleave and dismantle is different from Sukuna's own, we still see Sukuna been able to modify the domain sure hit using binding vows, and if he can use binding vow to affect his sure hit even though it's cleave and dismantle and malevolent shrine barrier, there's nothing stopping chants and hand signs from being able to amp his sure hit. Also, Sukuna being able to constantly chant is interesting, because even with all that, he still needs to finish the chants or hand sign before he can fully activate the curse technique, which means there's still a slow activation time for his technique. No wonder having 2 extra arms to defend yourself are a plus. But inside Malevolent Shrine, where cleave and dismantle is constantly active, there would be no slow activation due to the curse technique being already active, plus we already know it's possible to amp an already active curse technique or attack, seen when Gojo's used chants to amp the output of his blue orb in chapter 235. This means true form Sukuna should easily be able to amp his sure hit, aka cleave and dismantle, inside his domain. If this is really possible, then Sukuna would be able to amp his sure hit by 120% its normal output, which would be insane, since a domain expansion output is already high, and this would mean it one-shots everybody.